Lita Ford, hot damn, the queen of metal. Thank you so much for talking to us today. Holy cow, I'm so honored.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Lately, I've been dubbed the mother of metal now, which is amazing.
So it's the mother of metal. Okay. Whatever you prefer, I am just so...
Oh, I don't care.
I am just so freaking stoked to talk to you. I am a huge fan. The book is out, Living Like a Runaway. I've had it on my Amazon wish list for like a year on pre-order.
I know.
I'm ready for it. So tell me about this new book. When did you decide, like, okay, my life has just been something else. I got to write about it.
Oh, God. I've felt like this... It's been about 7 years now that I wanted to put this book out. I had to get a book deal. I told my manager, and my manager's the best. You know, I say to him, I want to do this. And they go out and they make it happen. Next thing I know, I'm signed with HarperCollins, and the process begins. And I had trouble in the beginning trying to find the right co-author to write the book with me. And if you think about it, I'm sort of a prodigy.
Yeah.
I'm a one-of-a-kind.
Yes.
And it was difficult for these co-authors to wrap their head around what I was doing. You know, they would argue with me. I'm like, what are you telling me? You know, that I'm wrong?
This is my life. I lived it.
Yeah. And then they couldn't keep up with, okay, this happened, and then this went straight into this, and then this went straight into that, and then this went straight into that. And in the middle of all that, there was 12 relationships. So it was a journey just writing the book and getting it out. But I'm very, very proud of the book, and I'm so happy with the way it turned out. I ended up doing it myself, and I just really think the fans are going to get a lot of interesting dirt.
And probably non-fans, too, that will discover you and then start to, you know, that's how I get turned on to some artists. It's just like, well, I'm going to educate myself and learn about this person and start reading. So for those people who, you know, only know you for Back to the Cave and Kiss Me Deadly and you know, Close My Eyes Forever, of course, you were in a band called the Runaways with Joan Jett and some other ladies. How did you get discovered?
Oh, wait, Joan Jett was in the Runaways with me.
Right. That is correct.
Oh, God. Well, Kim Fowley put the band together. Kim Fowley had a dream. He had a vision. He wanted to put together a teenage all-girl band, which sometimes people will say, well, there were girls before the Runaways. No, there were no girls before the Runaways. There may have been a woman here or there. You know, I don't know when the Hart Sisters started. They might have been one, but they didn't really. They weren't lead guitar players, and they weren't girls.
This was an all-girl band.
Yep.
There was no backing bass player who was a dude. There was all-girl band.
Yeah.
So was this Kim Fowley, was he creepy? Because I have not read anything good about this guy.
Well, no. I mean, he was weird. He was eccentric. He had to fight and grovel and beg, borrow, and steal through his whole childhood. You know, he had a really rough upbringing, and he had to survive. So he took that, and with that, he had this vision of an all-girl band, and he made it happen. All teenage jailbait rock and roll troublemakers, and he wanted us to live up to our reputations. He taught us how to have charisma and how to move on stage, have choreography. He hired Kenny Ortega from, he's the choreographer who did the High School Musical stuff, and just so many other things. Michael Jackson. He worked with the best of the best. And back in the Runaways days, he would come to rehearsal and he would teach us different movements and different things he would say that stuck with me throughout my life.
How long did the Runaways last for?
The Runaways were almost 5 years. I like to say they were from 1975 to 1980.
And then we didn't hear from you for a few years, and then you kind of reinvented yourself. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, I did. I totally reinvented myself.
I mean, you went where the action was, into the hard rock, glam metal kind of thing, and made a name for yourself, and took the world by storm. We still play your tunes a lot, and I still get requests for all the time with your duet for Ozzy Osbourne. How was it working with Ozzy?
Ozzy's a great talent. He's a great talent, and that was the one thing I discovered when I was recording with him. When we did Close My Eyes Forever, Mike Chapman, who was the producer on that record, he put us face to face when we sang the duet, which was, these days, you don't do it like that. You know, these days everything is recorded differently. But
and then it's like emailed to you. You're in California, I'm in New York, I'll email you my part. It's so weird.
Yeah, screw that. No, we wanted the vibe. We wanted to be able to really make it feel like a duet and really just be together in the recording studio. We were literally singing it to each other. And I stood in front of him. We had a sheet of plexiglass in between us to separate the voices, so my voice didn't bleed into his vocal mic and his voice didn't bleed into my vocal mic. Mike Chapman was able to separate the vocals, but you could see through the plexiglass, of course, and we were singing it to each other in the recording studio, which was just amazing.
I think what's also amazing about that song is when you're on the road and if you're opening up with somebody, you've done duets with Jeff Tate from Queensryche with that song. That's just mind-blowing.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. A lot of people have sang that song with me because at the time we recorded that song, Ozzy was going through some serious drug abuse problems, and probably the worst he'd ever gone through in his entire life, unfortunately. And he couldn't sing the song. He just didn't remember it, or he didn't know the lyrics, and it was very difficult for him. So I had other people sing it, and I still do today. You know, if somebody comes to the show like Jeff Tate, someone of his stature, we put him on stage, and we get him to sing it, and it's just a lot of fun. We have fun with it.
The new book is Living Like a Runaway. You have to get it from Lita Ford. Lita, I could talk to you for like 2 days straight about your career, and I'm only limited to like 8 minutes. It sucks.
Read the book.
Yeah.
You'll get a lot of dirt.
I'm going to tell all our listeners to read the book, too. Obviously you're promoting this new book. Do we have some new music coming out from you soon?
We do. April 15th, I'm releasing a little piece of the 80s.
Really? Can you tell us a little more? Like, is it a cover record, or is it all originals, or going back to the original sound, or?
It's all original songs that I produced back in the 80s, and there's got all these wonderful musicians on it that just were in their prime. Great musicians, Robin Zander, Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick, Billy Sheehan playing bass. Gene Simmons is on one song playing bass. Jeff Scott Soto just shredding on vocals. My God, he's so good on this song.
Unbelievable talent there. Unbelievable. Yes. You know, I know you don't do covers, and I'm running out of time for you. I wish I could talk to you more, but I have to say, your cover of Alice Cooper, Only Women Bleed, is one of the best covers ever. You were meant to do that song. Yeah.
I felt it. I heard it on the radio one night. We were sitting around partying. It was like 4 in the morning, and it came on the radio. And I thought, oh, my God, it came down on me like a bucket of hot water. I have to do this song.
It's kind of, you made it yours, which I don't even think of Alice Cooper anymore doing that. I think you made it yours. It was just unbelievable. Lita Ford's
I think even Alice feels that way.
Her new book is Living Like a Runaway. You have to get it. Thank you, Lita, so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.